Are we live? Oh, Stevie 5K with his next live broadcast. This one's going to be a little bit different. I'm going to be a couple of my childhood heroes. I'm filling in for David Letterman tonight. I'm going to give you the top 10 list of the Stevie 5K rules. Now, obviously, this is going to have a little more fun involved, hopefully. But I think there's some really important takeaways. Whether you manage a group of people, whether you work for a manager, even just about everybody's in the workplace in some way, and I think some of these things will hit home for you. And I'm going to ask a big favor. If anything during this broadcast hits home, please share it. Because if something hits home with you, I think it will hit home with other people. It just went live here, so some of you missed the first few words of my broadcast, I guess. So, the top 10 Stevie 5K rules. Number 10, spheres of work. Now, what I mean by this is everybody that works with you, around you, they have a desk, they have a work area. That's the only thing that they are critically concerned with. If it doesn't fit into that area, it's somebody else's problem. And I'm going to do a little homage to Bob Newhart, his early work, and I'm going to exaggerate to illustrate. Hello, shipping? Yes, this is sales. Has Federal Express picked up yet? Yes, of course we have clocks up here. Let's see, it's 4:03. That's the same thing your clock says. I'm not surprised. Yes, we did get the memo. Yes, I do realize all Federal Express packages are to be turned in before 4 o'clock. I did understand that, yes. Yes, it was in plain English. The issue that we have at hand, yes, I understand that the shipping department is very busy and has a lot of procedures, and you know, so things don't get lost. I guess I understand it's important. But yes, it is after 4 o'clock. I was just wondering with the holiday time, yes, you did point out the memo. But with this package not going out, we won't have electricity on next week. I'm not blaming you. Yes, I understand. Well, I hope that illustrates. Now, of course I exaggerated, but I can't tell you how many times the tail tries to wag the dog. And I don't really know a solution for it, but I do know it's there. So what I do is try to anticipate it so that, you know, I show up with brownies before I ask a favor. That's number 10. Number 9. I feel like I'm blessed. I've done this for more than 30 years, more than 6,000 cars sold, and I love what I do. I hate the snow. This is one of the ones that's going to take you a little bit inside the industry. We are very well compensated as salespeople. We are horribly compensated as a snow removal team. I'm on commission. I think most people in the car business are on commission, but when it snows, we're the cheapest labor on the face of the earth. When it snows, first off, we have difficulty getting to work like everyone else. Then we have to hand clean the snow off every car, move every car, plow, put every car back. Now, on any given day, I probably average 5 to 7 appointments. None of those 5 or 7 people are going to show up because of the snow. And I'm going to be outside, freezing, moving cars, sliding on ice. So that's just a little piece inside the car business. Next little piece inside the car business, it's a slow day. You want to turn that around? Order hot food. There could be nobody on the showroom floor. The minute hot sandwiches, pizza, burgers arrives, 5 people will come in. Maybe there'll be sales, but goodbye to your hot lunch. Oh, a corollary to that, if I have 3 deliveries scheduled for a day, one at 10 o'clock, one at 12 o'clock, one at 2, all 3 of them will show up in me. All right, next little piece inside the car business. Somebody that walks in the door and says, who wants to sell a car today? Nobody is selling him a car. It is impossible. Okay? That person is coming in to tell you all about what he knows about the car industry, or to check on something that's coming out in 6 months, but you've got no opportunity to sell them a car. Most people have been trained that they say, we're just looking if they're really in the market. Number 6, the hottest vehicle in the world just came out. It's a 3-wheeled Hemi hybrid sapsucker. You will not be able to get them while they're the hottest vehicle on the planet. When I say you, we won't be able to get them. We will not get one until all of a sudden, 6 months, a year, 18 months, who knows what the time frame is, but the zone rep will call up and say, you can have 10 if you want, then you can't sell it. Number 5, Murphy was an optimist. As a salesperson, if somebody important to me, let's say it's not a real situation, but let's say my daughter's future father-in-law comes in and says, I need a car. You could pick out a car that has the most reliable reputation on the planet, that you know the people who owned it, that they serviced it twice as often as needed, and the car's never been in the snow. It's an absolute perfect example of a car that never breaks. You sell it to your daughter's future father-in-law. A, the car will break. B, the tow truck will get lost trying to find the guy that's broken down. C, when they get to the rental place, the only car they'll have is a 2-door spec, and the AC won't work. When the car finally gets to service, the mechanic's going to say, these cars never break. Then he's going to call you up and says, he's never seen this broken on any car. Then he's going to tell you the part to fix it's on intergalactic back order. It's always somebody you care about, somebody who you go out of your way to make sure they got the perfect vehicle. Just part of being a car salesman. Now, we're down to number 4. This is where I'm going to get a little more serious, and I'm thinking that probably my managers have turned off the video at this point, so some of this will be more about management. There's an expression about elephants being afraid of mice, and I was told a long time ago that the reason why an elephant is afraid of the mouse is it doesn't realize there's a gigantic difference in size. It thinks the mouse is the same size as itself. For many years, when a new trainee would start, I'd say, this is easy, this is how you do it. And I was amazed that 9 out of 10 couldn't even grasp the beginning of what I thought were the basics. A light went on after many years that this is the elephant and the mouse. They don't have 10,000 hours of experience. I have 10,000 hours of experience in 4 different decades. So, if you're managing a new hire, or if you're a customer that's dealing with a new hire in a sales position, please have patience. It takes a long time to get 10,000 hours, and the things just aren't going to flow and happen as naturally as they should. Number 3, rehires. Somebody that was let go, fired, or left on their own accord. When they're rehired, the people that rehire them always think that they will have improved. It is my opinion that 99 times out of 100, the only thing that improved were their bad habits. If they showed up 5 minutes late every day, after the first week of the rehire, they'll be 10 minutes late every day. If they take every Monday off, they'll take every Monday and Tuesday off when they're rehired. Whatever the bad habits were are going to be worse the second time around. Not quite as fancy as Dave Letterman's top 10 list, huh? This one I feel very strongly about. These last 2 are, to me, are some real important keys. Number 2, passion is hard to beat. It can be passionate about the product, It can be passionate about the company. It can be passionate about the particular role, if it's a mechanic or a salesman, detailer. If you have one of those, there's a good chance for success. If you have two of those, you're going to do great. If you have three of those, you're going to be a star. That should be recognized in all levels of any business. Lastly, and to me, I saved it to last because I thought it was the most important. I've seen over my many years, and not only the car business, but in other businesses, that a lot of rules that are made by management, very often on the fly, are done because of the worst employees. Now, I think if you take any group of employees, let's take number 10 just to make it an easy number to work with. You have two guys that are stars, you have two guys that you really wish you could replace, and you have 6 guys in the middle. Now, I'm going to use an example. It's not real by any means, but it's just to illustrate what might happen. The two guys that are stars, they're there a half hour early. They stay late whenever it's necessary. The two guys that you wish you could replace, they show up 5 minutes after 9 o'clock, and their first order of business is getting breakfast. They leave right on the dot, which means they started closing down 15 minutes before the end of business. And if they have a delivery an hour after they're supposed to leave, they slough it off on somebody else. Somebody seeing the bottom two say, okay, everybody's got to show up 15 minutes early, a rule like that. Now the people that you wished you could replace, they'll just be insulted by the rule. They'll show up to 15 minutes and spend 15 minutes complaining. Even the 6 people in the middle are liable to not be constructive during that extra time. And the 2 guys that were always there a half hour early, well, now they're not going to feel good about doing what's necessary that's in their nature. Now this is it was difficult to come up with the perfect example, and I don't think I have. But anytime that you think about a piece of structure of the organization, I think you should think a lot about how it affects the top and the middle much more than you do the bottom. Because the bottom, let's face it, if there was a replacement available, you'd use it. Now, again, I'm imploring you, if any of this hit home, if any of this made you chuckle, if any of this you think you might actually use, please share this. I'm not charging for this. There's no commercials. I'm trying to get this good stuff out there. Stevie 5K, thanks for watching.